Hello folks, I'm Elsa. Welcome to the Path of Exile reveal first impressions. I haven't done a lot of stuff like this for YouTube only so far, so let me know what you think of the format, but let's get into it. I left it up so we would have no spoilers. Hopefully the refresh gets us there. If not, here we go. The Heist League, okay. Okay, so immediately I'm excited. Y'all know I like heist stuff. This is going to be fun. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Of course, credits to usually Ziggy D and folks and of course the official Path of Exile channel for the original video. We'll run down the trailer real quick and then go into the details right below.
Thank you everyone for being on time. We have a lot to cover. The mark is in the rear of the dining hall. Cast, you're up first. You'll need to crack the lock and get us inside. Once we're in, Talina will use the vents to bypass patrols. There's a steel barrier that blocks access to the hall. Tibbs, can you handle it?
So it'd be like timed challenges?
Then Isla just needs to bridge the gap.
How does this fit into a Path of Exile map is my question.
There's enough in that bunker for all of us to live very comfortably. If we stick to the plan, we should have no trouble at all.
Laser hallway?
If we stick to the plan.
Okay, hold on. Incense of Keth. Also, this person almost died. That's pretty funny. This looks a little nightmarish. So is this once the plan goes awry? I'm fascinated. Okay. An alert level. Okay, I'm here for this. Very interesting. I don't quite understand it right away. It feels more like Syndicate.
Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games.
Hello, Chris Wilson.
In this new league, you will plan and execute elaborate heists.
The cat league confirmed.
Harbor and hire a crew of thieves to perform tasks such as lockpicking, demolition, and transportation.
Okay.
Break into a secure facility and be careful not to trigger the alarm.
So there's special UI for unlocking stuff. So you're like directing NPCs to do stuff, it looks like.
Bypass security measures and infiltrate the vault containing a valuable artifact. Make a mad dash back to the extraction point
that's
to lock
sick.
in your haul. Use your cut of the profits to obtain a blueprint, uncover escape routes, and train your crew as you plan the ultimate job,
horrifically
executing
complex.
a grand heist. Choose your payoff from exclusive new items such as alternate quality gems, trinkets, body and weapon enchantments, replica unique items, experimented base types, and more. Plan your escape on September 18th.
Okay, just over 2 weeks. Okay, let's get right into it. Today's music is, as always, brought to you by OC Remix. We're gonna hit the Chrono Trigger jazz album Chronology. It's a classic and it's got some great vibes. And I think, you know, jazz heist, it's not the most ill-fitting choice. I didn't know the theme, but of course going into this, so. Okay, 16 days. First reactions, I have absolutely no idea what to make of this. It feels a lot like Syndicate, which was a very unwieldy league to walk into, in that there's a ton of overhead in terms of mechanics and UI, and a lot will ride on how much we can process by seeing it on our own terms versus needing to have like spreadsheets and subreddit dissections of the numbers to make any sense out of things. Like Syndicate was ridiculously overwhelming, and this is much more straightforward. Like we have like objectives to hit for each heist, and those are very clear and simple. And be like, hey, you just do that. Like Syndicate had like this crazy branching series of choices, and this is just like, you know, get the item, get the other item, find a map, get to the end of the thing, and then grab your reward and like book it out of there fighting monsters along the way. Sick. In Path of Exile Heist, you will hire skilled thieves to help you pull off risky heists. Steal valuable artifacts to fund and train your crew as you plan towards the execution of a grand heist. So it sounds a lot like Syndicate. Our September expansion includes the Heist Challenge League, 9 new skills and support gems, revamps of curses, steal skills, and some spells. The Grand Heists offer exclusive new rewards, weapon and body armor enchantments. That's new and big and who builds. Heist trinkets, alternate quality gems, and replica unique items. So this is all this stuff is pretty unique And I should say, before we go any further, please note, I am not a top player. I'm not a racer. I'm not a top ladder player. I just enjoy the game, and I'm going to bring whatever I can to the table in terms of my experiences and everything and my takes on how the game is progressing forward. But please do not use my words as any indication of the way the meta is going or what's going to be a top build, because I don't know what that is. Or I'm not the person to be creating those myself. I might be looking at them, but not making them, so let's keep that in mind. Uncover the Rogue Harbor. Buy your passage to the Rogue Harbor, where you consort with a crew of thieves who offer nefarious services. 13 rogues can be contracted to assist you with setting up or executing a heist by filling roles such as transportation, lockpicking, or demolition. Okay. Very cool. I love the vibes of the Rogue Harbor so far. Very, very cool. Really cool design. We haven't had this kind of focus on like more of a... People often demand in Path of Exile more, I don't want to say low fantasy, but more low fantasy and more subdued aesthetics in a lot of areas. And here we have like a really cool like harbor area, this sort of ruined, right, like ruins aqueduct kind of marble or whatever stone that is. Just subdued stone. We don't have like this crazy flashy nonsense. We have like stone and like architecture and buildings, and a little refreshing than like going to the demon realm of some kind. Hire a specialist. In order to execute a heist, needs to know the location of a valuable artifact and what defenses safeguard it. Contracts containing these clues can be found throughout Wraeclast alongside coins with the mysterious emblem of the Rogue Harbor. So, unique currency for the League. Beautiful. That'll be really nice to have that in sort of coming up in chunks as we go forward. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so there's the lockpicking door. Sick. And here is... I don't know what this is. And this is... Oh, this guy from the trailer is great. Breaking through the doors. Alright, Rogue's Marker. Creates a portal to the Rogue Harbor from a town or hideout. That's genius. It's also the portal item. Uses currency for services. Okay, very cool. Contract Bunker. So we have contracts. These must be like maps. Yep, beautiful. So these are just like a unique type of map to the League mechanic. Very cool. Requires Perception level 1. Is that new? Might be a skill. Unclear. Allegedly turns water to leaf. That makes it my competition. I don't like competition. Okay, so they have the heist target, which are the items we're looking for. Very, very cool. Okay, so guards are a new enemy type. So we have enemies tagged guard. And alert level is a mechanic we can now influence with the rolls on these. That's really cool. The fact that the rollable is sick too. And it seems to give you increased... it doesn't say what it gives increased. Maybe they can't be rolled then. Urn of Farood. Incense of Cats. So these are some of the artifacts you're picking up. Execute the heist. If you can't escape the heist, you'll lose everything you stole on the trading facility. You need to support your rogue while they bypass security in order to reach the vault. Be careful with how much commotion you cause, because something might be a little on the loud side. I think we're good though. Be careful with how much commotion you cause, so you may trigger the alarm, causing the facility to be locked down. When this happens, it's time to run. Okay, so there's our alertness level. Love these golem designs, those look great. It's the kind of Dishonored energy, honestly, coming off of this with the very, vaguely magic punk aesthetic shared between PoE and Dishonored at different locations and times. And this is pretty cool. I like it. Very sweet. Okay, cool. Equip your crew. Oh, that's what this menu was. Okay, so this is crewmates. The special items can be equipped to rogues to make them stealthier, deadlier, and more adept at their roles. Like any other items, rogue equipment can be crafted with currency items. Yikes. Okay, that's very complicated. Oh, so it's their stats. Wow, this is going to be complicated. So we have a brooch, job experience gains, or be level, and this is going to get complicated. Oh no, oh no. Engineering, sulfur blowtorch, sharpening some of the newts, melee damage increased, and players and their minions regenerate life per second. Okay. Torn cloak, the rings cut, reduced by 14%. I don't know what that... Maybe is the ring a character? Or is the ring like the cut of this character? Or what? Time for a lockdown and hiring fee. Oh boy. Plan a grand heist. The ultimate goal of a thief is to pull off a grand heist. This requires access to blueprints that show where the vaults are located inside sprawling facilities. These elaborate jobs require masterful planning, purchasing additional intel about the facility, and hiring multiple rogues to assist with their many obstacles. This planning can result in a huge payoff as each vault has its own exclusive rewards. This is awesome. So my first reaction so far is that looks very orthogonal to standard Path of Exile gameplay, and that's going to make this league fairly divisive. Most players want more iterations of Breach, effectively. More Abyss League, more Breach League, more Delirium. And this is decidedly not that. You're gonna have to do there's a whole sub area. You gotta talk to NPCs, you gotta manage their equipment. Some people are gonna be super turned off by that, and that's, you know, that's okay, I guess. Because I think at the end of the day, design space wise, there isn't that much design space to create unique iterations of that type of, we just have a bunch of monsters in a spot design. So we'll see how this goes, but I'm intrigued to see how they make it flow into the typical map gameplay. This looks sick though. Like for my money, this should be a dramatic change to how the number of activities you can do. This is more like a delve, and this is like adding a whole different type of activity. Not quite replacing maps, but like this is a whole new type of thing you can do, which is awesome. The Rogue Harbor, again, makes it feel more like delve in that this is just like a whole side thing. And if you don't want to do it, that's fine, but hopefully, much like delve, there'll be substantial rewards to be had if you want to dive deep in and make the most of it. Whereas Synthesis felt more like an iterative, more like incursion kind of style. Like that style is more just like a self-contained mini experience. The delve and now heist experiences seem to be more fully developed, fully fleshed out ways to add full side activities rather than just like a thing you do sometimes. So we have these things look cool. We don't know what this means. So these artifacts are clearly what we're after here. So blueprints. So much seem to be kind of like what we have earlier. What are they called? Contracts. So it's probably the bigger version of contracts. So you have area level, wings discovered. So again, like a syndicate, we have, you know, rooms we have to discover, secret rooms, and requires X amount of these stats that are in our team. And much like maps, we can run them with prefixes and suffixes. Very cool. Interesting. I don't know what rolling them does. Okay. Use intelligence to discover additional wings and secret rooms to talk to certain NPCs in the Rogue Harbor. Well, this is very RPG heavy, which is really cool. Thieves' trinkets. One of the exclusive, a new equipment slot. Oh, I have a headache. One of the exclusive able to steal from Grand Heists are trinkets which go in their own new equipment slot. Oh no. Oh no. Items influence what rewards you'll find from future heists you run. I like that it's not competitive with amulets. If if this is like a talismans too, that'd be bad for purposes of wearing amulets that are good. There seems to be a heist, specifically a heist related item slot, which is very odd. It feels a little parasitic design-wise, but it kind of is what it is. You can just ignore it otherwise. Whoa! 5% chance for Regals to drop as X in heists. That's big. I don't know. That's a very low chance, but that would be cool, right? That'd be fun. Rogues markers dropped. Double maps, double scarabs. Those are some really nice modifiers. Holy cow. And those look like a meaningful chance, too. That's really exciting. Rarity, so this must be quant as well, I'm assuming. Double divination card. These are pretty hefty modifiers, honestly. Okay, so this is one of those things that like the trinket, like a new item slot makes me very like, how do we balance this and what does it mean for build paths? Alternate quality gems come from Carnal. So this is going to be kind of like how Synthesis was the one that did the powder that lets you change the quality on armor types. Let's see how this works. Provide even more depth for existing skill and support gems. Each existing gem has up to 3 alternate quality versions, oh my god, which granted different quality bonuses than the original gems. So y'all thought gems were expensive already. Brace yourselves for alternate quality 20s, or 21s. Some simply increase the power of the gem, while others entirely change which builds benefit most from the gem. I don't know what these skills do off the top of my head, so we'll see what the quality does. Oh, we have to pull it up on the wiki, I think. Give me a sec. I do want to compare it real quick. Alright, pull up Archmage first. Alright. Wish I could do a second window, it'd be a little hard though. So quality usually gives increased mana cost. So 13%, hopefully we can figure that out. Annual damage. Looks like it's the cold damage here. Yeah, it's the cold damage here. Very weird. So the alternate quality adds cold damage to it. Huh. Maybe for conversion builds? That's really interesting. Okay, and cleave. 5%, so we can hopefully find... Maybe the 5 life gained. Which would be another one that's kind of a head scratcher. That's really good for leeching, I guess. Well, cleave's not been like a skill for a little while now, so... Okay, sure. Interesting. I do not envy the wiki people, by the way, for having to modify all the wiki pages for this. And Herald of Agony. Herald of Agony's quality is usually increased minion movement speed. And here, I wish I could... can I move here? Sure. Zip back and forth. I think it's 7%, which must mean 7% chance to inflict withered for 2 seconds on hit. Whoa! That's pretty big, actually. That's really... Withered is a great stat. And that's some synergies, too. Interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. Ooh, that's... Ooh. Now that I like. The cold one, too. That's very... It's a little bit above my pay grade in terms of, like, thinking of builds off the top of my head, but... Interesting. Now, this is gonna... This is a game changer in a big way. Okay, we'll zip back over here. Replica uniques and experimented base types. This is concerning to me. Oh god, okay. Other rewards you claim from Grand Heist are replica unique items and experimented base types. Replica uniques results from attempts to recreate unique items of legend. That's a really cool concept thematically, where the end product has a few crucial differences. They're often appropriate for entirely different builds than the original item. Oh. Experimented base types are a variety of new base items that have exotic properties that differ from their core game counterparts. Oh boy. So this is a Solarin bow. Whoa. Alright, Replica Sorrow of the Divine. Alright, let's pull up Sorrow of the Divine real quick. Sorry for the... I wish I could do multi-thing here, but it's going to be a little tricky on the capture the way I have it set up, so we can hopefully just trust me on what I'm on the wiki pulling right now. Sorrow of the Divine. Alright, Sorrow of the Divine typically creates concentrated ground in use. Yep, lasts, seconds, or... Alright, cool. So increased duration. Okay, so Sorrow of the Divine typically gives you Zealot's Oath during Flask effect, and Life of Recovery also applies to energy shield during the effect. Okay, and they changed the flavor text too, which makes sense. Okay, so they changed it to Eldritch Battery from Zealot's Oath. But Zealot's Oath is the life regen applies to energy shields, and Eldritch Battery is the spend energy shield before mana for skill costs. Energy shield protects mana instead of life, and less energy shield recharge rate. So that would actually be kind of interesting defensively to... Or... I'm thinking defensively because you often use it with Mana for Matter if memory serves. I have no idea how to use this. That's cool though. Replica Lionized Paws. This is wild. This is completely mind-blowing. Not a one I'm familiar with off the top of my head. So this one triggers level 5 Rain of Arrows when you attack with a bow. Toxic Rain. Oh, that's a different skill. Okay, Strength Dex, Chaos Damage. So it adds Chaos Damage instead of Fire Damage. Increased movement speed and reduced movement speed on the life. Oh, that's a very different item. Oh, wow. 12 dead on the 7th lab cannot be entered for several years. Proto 12 is a success if we can ever reach it. That's a very, very... Rain of Arrows is not Toxic Rain. Oh my. And Chaos Damage is different than Fire Damage. That's a very different item. I don't know if it's good still, but that's at least a big thinker, because on high attack speed, Toxic Rain gets really, really interesting really fast. Alright, Replica Abyssus. This one I'm more familiar with, but I want to pull up the stats to be safe. Alright, Abyssus. So you can figure it out first. Oh, it's Elemental Abyssus? Yo, this is wild. So Abyssus gives the same all attributes, 20-25. Abyssus adds 40 to 60 Fizz to attacks and adds melee critical strike multiplier and increased armor like this one does. And notably, Abyssus' biggest claim to fame is its 40 to 50% increased Fizz damage taken in exchange for that massive offensive stat it has. This one's the same thing, but for elemental damage, which, I have no idea how to evaluate that. That's a lot of elemental damage. It does a build that wants flat elemental damage to attacks. Holy cow. That is a lot of damage. Like a lot of damage. Oh my god. While prototype number 3 does imbue its wearer with strength to match the original, the first feature to don it burst into flames when he walked into the sunlight. So if you want mixed elemental damage, I don't know what would want this, like bow and wand builds maybe. If those are going to be popular again, although we've been such like a mining and spellcasting set up for so long now, the past few leagues at least. Damn, this is kind of wild. Alright, and now this thing, Solarin Bow, I wish we could see what the base type does. That's fire, lightning, attack speed, crit multi, and fire resist. Oh, the base. Oh, I should have looked. The base has fire damage. That's wild. That's really cool. Really, really cool. Okay. Sure. Weapon and body and armor enchantments. The font type new reward is a selection of weapon and body armor enchantments. These enchantments come on unnaturally powerful rare items and the effective magnitude of modifiers on those items. Some of these are so powerful they invoke substantial drawbacks. Alright. All sockets linked? Oh! Life modifiers have increased effect? Oh, this is looking kind of good, though. That's insane. Oh, that's going to be... If we can get that at all regularly, that's going to be so nice for playing the League. I doubt it, but... Oh, that's so cool. Increased attribute requirements, that's not a big deal. Phys modifiers have 15% increased effect. Whoa! As long as you can handle that... Okay. 636 is not... I lied to you. That is a big deal. But if you're like in a hardcore strength build, holy cow, that's a big increased effect. Here we go. Yes. So I love playing curse-related builds. I don't always play like, you know, like Bane and like curse-first builds, but I really have been interested in curse mechanics throughout my history playing PoE, so I'm really excited to see how this works because I do think curses at their core have some awkward mechanics that, while really exciting to work with, make them kind of hard to use once you go all in. So let's see. The new Doom mechanic. Let's see what we have here first. Changes to curses. Many are now classified as hexes and now use the Doom mechanic. Self-cast hexes build up the Doom the longer they're active, increasing their effect. Interesting. Okay, I don't know what that means, but sure. Also, an impending Doom support. Okay, they cause a causes a self-cast curse to increase in intensity over time until it expires. That's really cool. Works well in conjunction with the impending Doom support, which causes an explosion of chaos damage when a linked curse ends. Ooh, also a new look. That's very cool. The new visuals look fantastic. So Doom Blast. Impending Doom triggers Doom Blast when the supported hex on an enemy expires, causing an explosion of chaos damage based on the level of Doom that had accumulated when the hex was active. I don't know what this means for the average build that just wants a curse to boost its damage. This is sick. What does it mean for stuff like Witchfire Brew? Punishment. Rework the punishment skill. It now causes enemies to take increased damage while they're on low life and explode with overkill damage when they die. That's really cool. What is punishment? Is it a physical skill? Oh, it's a melee physical damage on melee hit curse. I've never heard of this before. I do a lot of chaos damage curses, okay? Sharpen steel skills. Call of steel skills available whenever you have a steel skill equipped. What are the steel skills? Oh, like these things that came out a few weeks ago and didn't do anything. Oops. There were some cool uses of them early on, I think. Alright, consume. So, they add shards, which are deadly blade fragments that hover near your character. The Call of Steel skills available, okay, right? Burst shards from the ground, providing more ammo for steel projectiles and causing existing shards to explode out of impaled enemies. Whoa! Also added one new steel skill and reworked both shattering and lancing steel. Okay, cool. Consume shards by thrusting an axe or sword forward and create a group of impaling projectiles in the air, which shoot projectiles forward one after another. That sounds pretty sweet. And shattering, splitting steel. Consume a steel shard to fire a single impaling projectile. It splits on damage and creates an explosion of damage. Splits on impact. These split projectiles fly at nearby enemies and create smaller explosions on impact. That can be good for clear. Sounds pretty sweet. Call of Steel causes all impaled enemies in a large radius to release all of their spikes at once, dealing area damage as the shards burst out of them. These spikes become steel shards, which can be used as various sources of ammunition for other steel skills. If there aren't enough impaled enemies within range, the skill generates steel shards over a short time. Interesting. Oh my god. There's so much going on. 25 new uniques, 12 new div cards, visual revamp the skill effects, which is always super fun to see, and much more. Okay. Oh, that's huge. Wow, that's super exciting. So, people bouncing oh, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but oh, I kind of need it. It's purple, guys. All right, here we go. Rework Discharge and Glacial Cascade. So Discharge was always famous for being used primarily with Cyclone. They want to increase their self-cast benefits. And GC, of course, GC mines and totems. Blazing Salvo releases a volley of fiery mortars. Targeting enemies up close causes the mortars to land with overlapping impacts. That's big. Which, while firing from further away, causes the mortars to cover a large area. Interesting. That could be very fun. That looks cool. Void Sphere. Oh, don't tempt me. Creates a void sphere that pulls with fizz and chaos damage, pulling in all unique enemies. The sphere slows enemies with increasing intensity the closer they are to it, and sucks their corpses into the void, so preventing corpse explosions. I want to try it because it's called Void Sphere, but we'll see how good it looks. And 3 more spells after this, it looks like too. Flame Wall. Create a wall of fire which deals burning damage to everything in this area. When you or your allies fire projectiles through the wall, they'll deal added fire damage and apply some of the wall's burning effect to enemies. Sounds sick. Probably isn't good, but sounds extremely sick. Corpse Walker. Carnal Boots. Sorry, I know it's not symmetrical here too, which is annoying me. Triggers level 20 Corpse Walk when equipped. Is that the thing that the other boots give? I can't remember. Movement speed. 40% increased damage if you've consumed a corpse recently. Whoa, you need to make necromancers better? This probably isn't going on that many people, but for each nearby corpse, regenerate 0.25 light per second. That's pretty sweet too. Is Corpse Walk a thing already? I think that's an existing ability. No, Death Walk. Okay, interesting. So there's no Corpse Walk. Alright, Chains of Emancipation. It's a belt, adds energy shield. Life, Chaos Res. Enemy hits inflict temp chains on you. When you lose temp chains, you gain max rage. Oh, and then you're immune to curses while you have 25 rage. That is wild. There's probably some like Galaxy Brain gimmick build with this, but maybe above my pay grade. Map tier, so it drops a tier 13 quality, 100% delirious map. Oh, just Triskaidekaphobia. That's sick. That's very sick. Cool, very cool card. And a stack of 13. Sick. That's awesome. And supporter packs. Okay, we're gonna go with supporter packs. Okay, Spellblade. So this is the new type of character effect that charges up as you I think at least that's the thing. It charges up as you get kills and adds more of the effect. So in this case, like these glowing orbs. That's pretty sick, honestly. And here, there's already a video of this. Let's see if it pops up at all. So as you get kills, you get more. See the corpses they're putting on the ground, you get more stacks of it. Which looks a little visually busy. I don't know that I love this. It looks like it looks a little mechanical is my problem. Like it looks like this should be oh right, the harvest pack. Forgot about these. I can see what the character effect looks like. Let's see. I think the lighting looks fantastic. It just looks a little busy. Like that looks like a buff you're building up. Ooh, the new curses. Looking super clean. I love those effects. Really, really cool. Okay. Supporter packs. I don't want to go too much longer because I don't think I have that much to say because there's just very overwhelming. I think I am stoned at how much content there is here. I think the biggest thing, there's a lot of content. This is a whole new Delve style system in play here. That's super exciting. Massive waves of NPCs, 15 new types of trinkets and items and stuff to help manage how many types to manage the new mechanics, a new item slot, new types of rewards, and there's really clever stuff doing with alternate quality gems, replica uniques, and enchantments, which and also the base types. These are really, really clever for design space because it's iterating on stuff we already know rather than trying to add a whole new layer of new stuff. That's genius. This is sick. This is super sick. Those items are gonna be real expensive if any of them are good. So all in all, I think like I said earlier, the biggest takeaway is that this is a very, very opt-in heavy league, which is to say it may not be that popular at first. It may be a league that launched and people are like, what do I do? Lots of panicking on the subreddit and stuff like that of just like, how do we manage this? And as such, people might ignore it, and that's okay. This is kind of stuff that I think would be phenomenal to have to the game long term, because much like Delve, it adds a lot of stuff to do. And Delve looked overwhelming at first too, let's not forget. This is certainly more complicated and more involved than Delve, but I think similarly will be something that we get used to over time as a layer of the game. So very, very cool. And looking forward to seeing how this develops. Looking forward to the skill overhauls and curse overhauls too. That looks really exciting. So that's my first reaction and takes. If you guys like the format, please let me know. I'd love to do more stuff like this in the future if you guys like to see this. And have any questions or thoughts on what I've said, let me know. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this, make sure you come by the stream, twitch.tv/elsol_TV, every day, Sunday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And I will, of course, be playing the League the first week. All weekend it comes out, and then afterward for a little bit. I play the Path of Exile usually on and off on the stream itself, but I play personally throughout most of the leagues, so come on by, hang out with us, or check out the channel for more content and more coverage of news items like this, or a bunch of Twitch VODs, YouTube stuff, whatever you want to see. So come on by. We'll see you in the next one. Until next time. Peace.